Video game adaptations. We love them, we hate them, and I'm gonna be real with you. It is a mixed bag, okay? There's no sugarcoating it here. You guys, I'm gonna sound like a boomer right now, but you guys lived in a blessed age. Because it's now a hit or miss whether a video game adaptation is going to be amazing or dog water. Back when I was growing up in the good old early 2000s when I wasn't watching Zack and Cody, we got some of the most worst adaptations of video games of all time. And I'm not going to sit in here and lie to you today that we don't have some absolute... I don't even know. We're still in the first minute. I can't say what I want to say. But some of these absolute garbage water, not even dog water, garbage water adaptations. I don't want to get into the rant right before we get warmed up, okay? We're going over video game adaptations, TV shows, movies. If it was a video game first and then became a movie or a TV show, it's probably going to get covered in here unless I just rant myself out. And the reason I'm phrasing it like that is Detective Pikachu is not going to be on here. You want to know why? Because Detective Pikachu comes from Pokemon. Pokemon was an anime before it ever became a video game. That's cheating. That wasn't a video game first. So I'm sorry. I immediately got to hit you with that. We're going to be talking about video game adaptations, the good, the bad, the great, and the ugly. That's what we're talking about. Thank you for the support that you give this channel. I'll rant more towards the end of the video, but please consider a like, comment, and subscribe to get me to 50K by the end of the year. The support you guys are giving this channel is genuinely insane. Like yesterday, at the time of making this video, we're on, bro, oh my gosh, I'm losing it. I just forgot what day it was. It's Tuesday. This will be out on Wednesday. We gained 600 subscribers in one day. That is an all-time high. Thank you for making it possible that I can do this and actually make some money doing it. That's crazy to me. Thank you for all the support that you give it. That's all I really want to say. Subscribe if you like the content. 60% of you are not subscribed and you've watched multiple videos. And I don't want to keep you waiting any longer. No more long-winded intro. Let's get into the video game adaptation tier list. Arcane. I wanted to start off with something good and something that inspired me to make this video to begin with. Arcane. Arcane is going off the story of Jinx in V or Vi. I'm honestly not sure what we go by here. I'm going to call her V. Which are champions in a game called League of Legends. I think you've heard of it. And when I tell you, I did not expect this to be as good as it was. Like, here's the thing. I learned about this from my jiu-jitsu instructor. I wasn't even going to watch this. I saw the promotions for it and we're like, I've never played League of Legends. It's not my thing. And let me just say, I played League of Legends after watching this. I have no clue how League of Legends ever got popular. That game is awful, okay? Like, it has the worst player base of all time, bro. Like, if you quit a game, you're out for a whole hour. I'm sorry, everybody's toxic. It's crazy. League of Legends is an awful game, but Arcane is amazing. I don't want to actually tell you the story of it because I do want you to get into it. Where do I even begin? The animation is just gorgeous. It is like I dare say, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Into the Spider-Verse, those movies, those are like a second fiddle to this. If I had to describe the animation for you, imagine Steve Rogers before he became Captain America. That's Into the Spider-Verse. When he's all jacked, that is Arcane. Arcane's animation is beautiful, and I need to bring this up because this needs to be a thing moving forward. You need to hire whoever they hired to do the music. The music in Arcane, and it sounds crazy because you're like, what do you mean? Is it like a musical? No. The music selection that they do for the entirety of the series, when a new season of Arcane comes up, I know I've secured 5 new songs for my playlist. They're so good. This is coming from a gaming company that establishes most of its lore through music videos. Brother, they paid the Russo brothers $5 million to not make a movie because of how confident they are. It also costs, it's like $12 million an episode, $15 million an episode for one episode of Arcane. They take forever to make, but brother, it's so good. Season 2 just started off. 3 episodes in it, wanted me to make this video. I think Arcane, I dare say, Arcane is the greatest video game adaptation It's one of the greatest. It has to be known as one of the greatest. Don't get me wrong. Am I gonna glaze it any further? No. However, if you would like any type of video game and you haven't, even if you don't like League of Legends, I hate League of Legends. I love Arcane. It's so good. And I'm gonna get into later in the video what makes a good video game adaptation, but Arcane should be used as the blueprint for it. Goated. Castlevania. Castlevania is another one, boys. Castlevania is an example of when the adaptation is better than the source material. League of Legends has absurd lore. Okay, like, I'm just gonna say that right now. League of Legends has absolutely absurd levels of lore that I could talk about if it ever becomes popular. Castlevania doesn't really have much. The story of Castlevania really gets boiled down to Dracula, the vampire, and a bunch of other monsters. And then there's a family called the Belmonts, and the Belmonts hunt the monsters, and Dracula's the big boss. But Dracula has a son, but the son's kind of a twink, and his name's Alucard, which is Dracula spelled backwards. Ha! And they all have adventures. That sounds boring. Castlevania's animation is crisp. Okay? I dare say it's some of the best. I'm going to get into some of my actually, no, I'm going to give you one of my wish lists. I want everybody involved in making Castlevania, the animation department, they need to give me a Dark Souls anime. Immediately. Dark Souls, Elden Ring, Demon Souls, Bloodborne? Bloodborne? Please, bro. Castlevania is so good. It's it's one of those where you would hate the game. Like, you would absolutely hate the game. The game looks awful. The adaptation is so much better. I want them to make a new game just with the story of this. 3 seasons. It's on Netflix. Has some hits. Netflix has Arcane and Castlevania, and now they want to do a Dark Souls TV show. And on top of that, they want to do something for I forget what the name is. Somebody's probably gonna remember it. Netflix is going into some gold real quick. I would put Castlevania in great. Okay, it's almost goated. The storyline is a little bit lacking, as I said in the beginning. It's relatively simple, but you're watching it for the great action and animation. I'm putting it in great. I don't think anybody's gonna get mad at that. Cyberpunk Edgerunners. I'm gonna be real with you. I haven't completed Cyberpunk Edgerunners. I'm in the process of completing it. I'm watching a few shows right now. Edgerunners, Arcane. Yeah, that's about it, actually. It's not even, it's just 2. Cyberpunk Edgerunners was the game that aided in the resurrection of Cyberpunk 2077. I was going to make a video talking about the greatest comebacks in gaming, but I'm not going to do that because there's only like 2. There's Cyberpunk 2077 and No Man's Sky. That is it. Cyberpunk 2077 going from a broken, unplayable mess of a game on launch. And the amount of people that try to gaslight you into thinking that's not true is absolutely insane. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. Cyberpunk 2077 being released on a PS4 is borderline illegal. You made a game that just straight up didn't run on a PS4. It just didn't. It was broken. They were pressured into releasing it on the PS4 by inside investors. They gave everybody a refund, and you got a free PS5 upgrade if you still had the disc. I like Cyberpunk. It's a great game, but Cyberpunk today is practically a completely different game than when it released. I respect for how they came back. Edgerunners is an anime that they made to bring people back into the game, and it is genuinely insane how much that play. Like, this is like a 999 IQ Hail Mary of a play that even the person who threw it is like, how the fuck did that work? Can you do that again? Absolutely not, bro. I couldn't even believe I did. Like, the guy who made Edgerunners, the guy or girl, I don't know. Did you expect it to go as like you did? Like, a genuine question. They're like, I'm surprised it worked out this well for you. It's good from what I've gotten so far. Characters are good. You really like David. Is it the best thing I've ever watched? No. I would actually put Cyberpunk Edgerunners near the same level as Castlevania. But to be fair, Castlevania has 3 seasons and a spin-off, so Cyberpunk has 1 season. And I'm halfway through it. So as of right now, I put it in great, but not above Castlevania because I love Castlevania. Borderlands, the movie. You thought we were going to have a bunch of good stuff in here. Nah. Borderlands is so bad that the parent company who funded it told audiences to keep an open mind keep an open mind when you watch the movie and avoid looking at reviews online. Do you have any idea how cooked you are when the CFO or CEO of your company has to come out and say, hey, please don't bully us. A lot of really, really good people worked really hard on it. Yeah, kick them to the fucking street, dog. Okay? Kevin Hart, okay, you're real quiet ever since Diddy came out. Okay? I'm just kidding. I don't really know. Like, I'm actually spazzing out at how bad this was. Whose idea? No. The idea's not bad. Everything else is bad. Everything. The only reason that people don't remember Borderlands as much as they should as how much of an awful movie is the movie came out the same week that Shadow of the Erdtree for Elden Ring released. I'm not kidding you. The only reason I remember this movie is I watched a Moist Critical talk shit about it. It's bad. I don't even know how to describe it. Like, everything that you think this movie would get good, it gets terrible. Everything that you are questioning that it would get bad or not, it doesn't even try to do. It's not even Borderlands. This is a movie that they would make in the Borderlands universe, and it would be like the fun bad movie in there that like, oh, look at it, they're making fun of Hollywood. This movie has to be satire. There's no way. There's very few projects that actually get me to the point where, like, I want to say something to everybody in leadership that I feel like their parents didn't say to them, okay? And then come over here, okay? POV, you're one of the people that made Borderlands. You're not talented, your parents lied to you, and your father should have pulled out, and your mother should have swallowed. Legitimately. That's how bad this is, okay? Like, you need to take a long look in the mirror, and you need to say to yourself, I don't even care if you believe this, but I want you to say this to yourself. I'm not talented. I need to go do something else. Okay? Okay, that's our pep talk. And let me be clear, everybody that was on, like on the ground doing it, like, I'm not saying it to, like, the people that were doing the makeup or the lighting or even the actors or actresses. They don't give a fuck. I'm talking about the people that made the creative decisions to make this. You're not talented. Terrible. I want you to remember this for the end of your days. It was terrible. Gran Turismo. I guarantee a lot of you guys forgot that Gran Turismo made a movie. And how surprised would you be if I told you that this is, unironically, one of the better video game adaptations I've ever seen? And I say, actually, video game adaptation. I almost didn't put this one on here because it really isn't. The only reason that I am is it does use Gran Turismo, the video game, as a crucial plot device. I'm going to actually explain this one because a lot of people don't understand this. Like, they never watched the movie. Gran Turismo, in this universe, actually not even in this, actually wait, why am I saying that? This already happened. Yes, Gran Turismo is based off a real story of a guy who won a chance to become a race car driver off getting a high score in Gran Turismo, because Gran Turismo was made as a game to, as like a simulation to get people more into racing, and they invited the dude, the top players of Gran Turismo in the world to race, and this is following the story of the guy who actually became a racer off playing Gran Turismo. It is so, it's not even, okay, I'm gonna say weirdly good. It's not a great movie, but it's so much better than you think a Gran Turismo movie would be, that, like, by the end of it, like, there are movies that are so bad, and I'm gonna talk about them. There are movies and series that are so bad that I sit on the couch, like, could you make this as bad as it is? Gran Turismo, it was like, how could you actually make this good? I'm putting it at the top of good. It is not great, as I said before. Gran Turismo, if you haven't seen it, I believe it is also on Netflix, is a weirdly good movie. And they have the dude from Stranger Things that, yeah, it's weirdly good. If you have enough time to watch like an hour and 30-minute movie, I would actually recommend you watch this. Mario! This proves to me, like, this, unironically, Mario the movie proves to me that maybe we're not in a simulation. I'm like half joking right now. Because if you told me that we would live in a day and age where one of the most successful video game adaptations was about Mario and Bowser, where the actor for Mario is fucking Chris Pratt and Bowser is Jack Black, I would think you were insane. Like, I legitimately, like, this is a fever dream of a movie. If somebody told me 5 years ago that one of the most successful, like, it actually hurts my brain, because the more I think about it, the crazier it is. The guy who plays Donkey Kong in this movie is the guy who has a laugh like I can't remember his name, but he's the guy that played Bob in Monster vs. Aliens and has the laugh of like, like, I can't do the laugh right now. I'm sorry. This actually hurts my brain, because there's no reason that this movie should even be watchable. But the fact that it was made, like, oh, actually, I'm going to hurt your brain even more. Mario is Chris Pratt, okay? Donkey Kong is that one dude that was Bob from Monster vs. Aliens. Bowser is Jack Black. Peach is that one super generic blonde lady from Hollywood. And this movie is produced by the people who made Minions, Illumination. And if you want to actually hurt your brain some more, Minions and Despicable Me is a multi-billion-dollar franchise that is set to earn more than current Marvel movies. What timeline are we in, dog? This is like, it hurts my brain. This movie's good. Like, it's a good movie. It's not a great movie. It's a good movie. You'll have fun watching it. It has no reason to be as good as it is. It is stupid that this movie is good. I wanted to be a hater so bad, but I can't. But Chris Pratt is playing Mario. Like, that's all I gotta say to you. Good. I'm gonna put it in good. Actually, there's only one bad part about this movie. I guarantee you, okay? They watched this movie and said, oh yeah, let's make a Minecraft movie and Jack Black is gonna play Steve. Oh, that's the one bad part about this movie. I know that was part of it. It's top of good, though. I'm ranking it as there. We'll rank Minecraft if it ever comes out. The Assassin's Creed movie. This movie surprises me. You know why it surprises me? Not because it's good. Hell no. It is, like, crazy how forgettable this movie was. I wasn't even going to put it on here until I looked up video game adaptations. And I kept on scrolling down. And then I saw an image from the film where Michael Fassbender, Magneto, was wearing an Assassin's Creed cloak, and then it caused me to have a Winter Soldier moment where I started getting hit with nostalgic memories and realized that this movie was made. My subconscious buried the memory of this movie, and I don't even blame it. This is one of the most meh movies ever made. You're going to watch the movie and you're going to be like, this is a terrible Assassin's Creed movie. But it's a very bland movie. Like, this is one of the most forgettable movies I have ever seen. I actually made a tier specifically with it in mind. Is it a bad movie? No, it's a terrible adaptation. It is a meh movie through and through. Michael Fassbender plays an assassin during the Spanish Inquisition. That sounds super cool, and then you watch it and you're like, not one of you ever played an Assassin's Creed game. That's all I gotta say. They do one cool thing, and then outside of that, that was it. And the one cool thing is him doing the leap of faith. Other than that, everything's mid. That's all I gotta say. Fallout from Amazon. Okay. Let me tell you something. The chick who plays Lucy is also the girl who plays Jinx in Arcane. And I can't explain it to you. But there's something there. There's something there that I'm like, Like, I don't think I need to explain it to you. You guys are probably on the same page as me. Fallout's so good. I am so surprised that they were able to pull Fallout off. However, I need to hit some of the Bethesda fanboys with a stick really quick to bat them away from some ideas. No. Do not, for the life of you, even think about trying to adapt Skyrim. Do not fucking touch Skyrim. You want to know why? Because Skyrim is such a different tone from Fallout. Fallout's made to be goofy. Like, Fallout, the atmosphere of Fallout is so unique, I felt like if they were able to pull that off well, it would be able to do well. My worry with it is that they were going to make it a post-apocalyptic TV show. And then the Fallout stuff was going to be like a skin that they would put on like a post-apocalyptic TV show. No, they made a genuine, true to form Fallout universe series. And it's good. Every character in it is meant to represent either a play style of a character that played Fallout, or it's meant to represent like the different ethos of people that would survive here. You have the guy from the Brotherhood of Steel. That is a slight gripe that I have. I think the Brotherhood of Steel was adapted. They leaned too much into I don't even know, steampunk religion territory, and I think you could have done something a little bit cooler with there, but hey, I'm open. Lucy, again, is great. The ghoul is amazing in this TV show. I love how the ghoul is portrayed. I love it. It has a dog meat character. I'm a huge fan of it. It's one of the greatest. I'm gonna do something that some people are gonna think is gonna be crazy. I'm gonna put Fallout in GOATed. And to revisit the point that I was making over don't adapt Skyrim. First off, did you know that Bethesda was approached with making a Game of Thrones TV show and they reused a Game of Thrones video game and they reused assets from that failed game to make Skyrim? Look, next time you play Skyrim, fast travel to Windhelm and you're gonna realize just how similar it is. That's not even meant to be a gripe. I just thought that was an interesting fact. However, there's only one way that you could do it, but it would ruin Skyrim. Make the Dovahkiin the ultimate frat bro. I've thought about this. Whenever I play Skyrim, I always think to myself that the Dragonborn has to be some 24/7 drunkard frat bro of a man. And he's traveling all over Tamriel, and then he kills a dragon, and then everybody around you's like, what the fuck? I thought he was joking. It's what? No, he just got lucky. He just killed a dragon. He had help. There's just no way. He's definitely not the Dragonborn. He's eating his soul. This guy is the Dovahkiin? The guy who's meant to be Alduin? This guy? Meanwhile, my Dragonborn, give me some mead. That's what I think. That would be kind of funny. I would love if the Dragonborn that we play as in Skyrim is just the ultimate frat bro. But it would ruin it. He just goes to the Thieves Guild and they're like, how did you make it through the traps? And is I tanked him. That would be kind of funny to me. But other than that, yeah, do not adapt it. Skyrim would absolutely suck as an adaptation because it would get compared to Game of Thrones and you're just not going to outdo Game of Thrones. I'm sorry, this is how it is. Fallout's goated though. I need more seasons. Halo. I'm talking about the Halo TV. So there's actually some good Halo adaptations. They just don't really use Master Chief. And then the one series that wants to use Master Chief is so ridiculously bad that it actually hurt my brain that people were actually trying to defend it. I'm going to say this to you. I'm going to say it to you the same that people should have told Borderlands. You're not talented. You had no business adapting this masterpiece in storytelling. This is why Halo isn't going to work as an adaptation. You want to know why it's not going to work? Because you're not going to out-storytell the people who wrote the games. Halo 1, 2, and 3 is one of the greatest trilogies ever made in gaming. It is so good. Halo 2 is a masterpiece. Halo 1 is great. Halo 3 is a phenomenal conclusion. That's all I gotta say. But I don't even know how you fuck up this bad. Let me tell you what the equivalent would be. Imagine you are an angry father, and your child who's telling you that he's gonna get a C in a class. Let's just say that. You're gonna get a C in the class. And then he brings home his report card and he's smiling. And then he shows you his report card and he literally just took a shit on the report card. So you have to wipe the shit off the report card only to see that he got expelled from the school for in the middle of class when he got his report card, using his report card as toilet paper. That is what I think about this. I think everybody in a leadership position should look themselves in the face in a mirror and tell themselves, I am not talented. I have no business working on this masterpiece. And then proceed to find a different job. That's all I got to say. It's awful. Do you know when I knew it was cooked, unironically? When it went to Paramount Plus. And let me tell you something. I used to work at Walmart. I worked at Walmart for 2 years. And they would give away a free membership to Paramount Plus to people who worked at Walmart. And I remember this to this day. They offered this guy a Paramount Plus subscription. And he said, "Oh, okay, we just gotta put in your email account, and then we'll be able to sign you up here, and it'll be free as long as you work here." And then this guy said, "Oh, I'm about to get off work. Am I gonna get paid for it?" And he's like, "Oh, no. You'll just have to do it after work." And he said, "The 15 minutes that it would take you to set me up for Paramount Plus would be the absolute biggest waste of my time if I'm not getting paid." Why did you say that about Paramount? Paramount Plus is the worst streaming platform ever created. Like, want me to tell you something? If you came to me and said, "Hey, let's watch a TV..." No. If I went to a chick's house and she said, "Let's go watch something and chill," okay? Like, it's an innuendo. And she said, "Yeah, let's go watch something on Paramount Plus," I would say I was in the men. Like, that would be my excuse to get out of there. I'd be like, "Nope, I'm in the men. I'm out." Like, come on. What are you talking about? Paramount Plus is awful. Like, that's a whole other video, but Paramount Plus is a downright insult. What's wrong with you? Like, that's actually what I would probably say. I would get kicked out. Halo is trash. Terrible. Oh my goodness, that got away from me. It's awful, dude. I don't even want to tell you the plot. I'm not even kidding you. There is more screen time of Master Chief's ass crack than actually good entertainment when you're watching Halo. That's all I gotta say. If you write a lot of fanfic about Master Chief, you might enjoy this. Just turn your brain off and then turn the TV off. That's all I gotta say. Uncharted. Why'd I have to save all the bad ones for the end, bro? Tom Holland is Nathan Drake. Mark Wahlberg is Sully. Do you know what bothers me about this? You could have done one of two things, and this would have immediately won back a lot of goodwill. One, just make Mark Wahlberg Nathan Drake. Tom Holland is not Nathan Drake. I watched the entirety of the movie, and I still was not convinced that Tom Holland plays a good Nathan Drake. He could play somebody else. He could play like a sidekick to Nathan Drake. Like, this is Nathan Drake light. Or just get the voice actor for Nathan Drake who looks like him, and then make the movie. Other than that, like, he's fucking played the dude before. Oh my gosh, I just hit my microphone. Oh my gosh, bro. I hate this movie. Is it the worst one ever made? No. Here's the thing. It has some entertaining components because Uncharted is an entertaining video game with good set pieces. I'm putting Uncharted slightly above Assassin's Creed in terms of entertainment, but I wouldn't even wait. Tom Holland fucking plays Nathan Drake. Do I need to explain any more to you? Dang, man. The Last of Us TV show on Max or HBO Max. I don't know what they're going by at this point. I like it. I do like this. I do have a few problems. I'm not gonna shield you from my opinions on this one. I've been very critical. If you guys have seen my TikToks talking about this, you know why. Pedro Pascal is he's great as Joel. Now, does he beat my fan cast? No, I think the actor for Jaime Lannister unironically fits Joel Miller a little bit more. Or if you could sprang for the money, maybe a Hugh Jackman. But Hugh Jackman is too recognizable. I get it. Pedro Pascal is in that middle of the road. We're splitting hairs between me, Pedro Pascal, and the fan cast. The actress for Ellie. She looks too young. No. Like, here's the problem. We're getting a season 2. And she doesn't look like Ellie for Last of Us 2. And I'm sorry, Last of Us 2 is such a crazy tone shift from Last of Us 1. I'm actually worried about season 2. Like, no joke, I am legitimately worried. If I were to judge it based off of season 1, here's the thing. It has a few problems. Like, number one, I fucking hate that they sorting down the entirety of Joel Miller's hospital suit out that he had. Because they were like, I'm going to tell you something right now. I am willing to bet a large sum of money that the reason that they cut down on a lot of action for the final sequence was that they ran out a lot of money. But here's the problem that I have. There's a lot of action sequences that you just straight up cut out of the game. Okay? That just straight up didn't make the cut for the video game. That you should have money for That's what I thought. I thought all of the budget was going to go into the final episode. No. They just straight up skip past one of the most climactic moments of the entire game. So I'm going to be real with you. This is actually going to make a lot of people mad. I'm going to put it at the top of great. Not great. I'm putting it not even in great. Top of good. I'm going to put it beneath Mario. Last of Us is one of the greatest stories ever told by Naughty Dog. This is a good adaptation. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you watch it. But I don't like the changes that they made because Last of Us is already fairly perfect. That's all I gotta say. Is it bad? No, it's good, but it has problems. And a lot of people treat it like it's perfect. No, it's not. It does stuff noticeably worse than the game does. Mortal Kombat. I'm talking about the most recent Mortal Kombat movie. You know what bothers me? It bothers me when they want to make a video game adaptation, but they're not confident in the actual source material, so they want to do their own thing. Do you know how I knew this adaptation was absolutely cooked? When I found out that the main character was an original character that was specifically made for the movie. I'm sorry. If you need a character to be like for the audience, like to help them introduce them to this world, then you should have never have tried to make Mortal Kombat to begin with. Brother, we have Johnny Cage for a reason. Johnny Cage should have been it. No Johnny Cage in the first movie. You already failed. No Shao Kahn. Failed. Liu Kang isn't one of the main characters. Instead, he's more or less kind of like a secondary character. Okay. Bad. Sub-Zero and Scorpion are kind of relegated to like... Okay, Scorpion is straight up just a cameo at this point. He barely shows up not until the very end. And it's like, brother, we could have done so much more with him. Mortal Kombat has an underrated story, and for the movie to be made and they just didn't really use it, honestly, is insulting to me. I'm putting it at the bottom of meh, almost terrible. But here's the difference. Halo and Borderlands are almost unwatchable. Mortal Kombat is watchable, but it's insulting to the source material. That's all I gotta say. Sonic! This is another one, bro. If you told me that one of the most successful adaptations would be Sonic the Hedgehog, I would think you were crazy. If you told me that Keanu Reeves was going to be playing Shadow, I would have thought you were crazy too. Sonic has no business being as good as he is. Dr. Eggman is played by Jim Carrey. Again, nothing makes sense anymore. I'm sure you guys have already seen this movie, and I'm not going to waste time explaining it because it's Sonic the Hedgehog. If I have to explain the lore to you to that, trust me, you're not missing out on much. There's a blue hedgehog that runs really, really fast, and then there's an evil genius named Mr. Eggman, who is basically just Jim Carrey with a mustache. So yeah, that's all I really gotta say. It's great. I'm putting it at the bottom of great. I enjoy it more than I enjoy the Mario movie. So yeah. Crazy times we're living in, boys. This is crazy. The Witcher! The Witcher had one good season. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to come out and say it. I'm going to hit you with the ice bucket of truth right here. The Witcher had a lot of promise in Season 1. Season 2 absolutely was starting to shit the bed. Season 3, don't care. Season 4, don't give a fuck. The saving grace of this entire series was Yennefer and Henry Cavill playing Geralt, and they're going to get rid of Henry Cavill. I don't give a fuck. This is so bad. I hate it. You know what I hate? The reason that I have a special type of hate for this TV show is they had something, and they really had something in the first season, and then they were like, we don't want to do that anymore. I really don't like it. I don't. Ciri's decent in this TV show, but even that's like, meh. Henry Cavill deserves to get paid 90% of the revenue generated by this series because bro is single-handedly carrying it. Bro's him in this TV show. He does a very good Geralt. I'm very impressed by his adaptation of it. And I'm very excited that he's at least in talks for doing a Warhammer TV show. Even if as just for a cameo, I think he deserves to get treated well. I'm a big fan of Henry Cavill. I'm putting this in meh, but top of meh. Top of meh. It has the most promise, but they just completely shit the bed when they entered Season 2. That's my thoughts on it. And there you go. That is the video game adaptation tier list, okay? I know I missed a bunch, but these were the ones that I think covered all of our bases. I talked about in the beginning of the video what I think makes a good adaptation. It's as simple as this. Don't try to adapt a story that you have no business trying to adapt. Here's an example. Don't even think about trying to adapt Red Dead Redemption because there is no director on this planet that I think can do it. Frankly, don't try to adapt God of War. You're not going to be able to do it. You're just not. In live action, 100% don't do it. Do a story that is set within the world where you have some creative liberties. Arcane, there's a lot that isn't said, so you can infer and have some creative freedom, and that's why Arcane is good. That and the music's goated. That's all it is. Fallout, there is not one character in this Fallout TV show that actually shows up in another game. They can make a good self-contained story here, and it works well within the world of Fallout. Castlevania is just better. Cyberpunk is set in the world. I have no clue how Sonic and Mario are good. I have no clue how they were able to succeed. So there you go. That's what I think makes a good video game adaptation. Thank you for the support that you give these videos. It's honestly really humbling to see these videos do as well as they do when... I mean, bro, we started in April, and now we're here. I think we're at 43,000? I don't know. I'm going to say 43,000 subscribers. If you like this video, please consider a like, comment, and subscribe. It is honestly, like, I know I keep on saying it, bro, but, like, it is wild to be on this ride, dude. I said it a few videos ago, so I'm going to say it again. This is your channel. I'm merely the host of it, and I hope you enjoy these videos. And thank you for putting me on the ride that honestly has been like a ride of my life. Thank you, everybody, for your support. And with all that out of the way, if you have a suggestion for a video, go in the comment section. And with nothing else to say, have a great day. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Adios, guys.